1 pan 20 minutes, chicken with thick udon noodles glazed in smoky soy butter, vegetables still snapping with every bite. This is my chicken yaki udon, let me show you every step. The printable version of this recipe is available on my website, simply Google chicken yaki udon Sudachi to grab yours. Start by cutting 250 grams of boneless chicken thigh into bite-sized pieces. Sprinkle them with 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and half a tablespoon of all-purpose flour. Then toss until each piece has a light coating. Cover the bowl and pop it in the fridge while you prep everything else. While the chicken rests, get your vegetables ready. Thinly slice 50 grams of onion and 2 fresh shiitake mushrooms, julienne half carrot and half a bell pepper. Chop 150 grams of green cabbage into rough bite-sized pieces. This is where yaki udon really lets you play around, but be careful if you want to use high water vegetables like zucchini or bean sprouts. They release a lot of moisture and can turn your whole dish soggy instead of giving you that nice stir-fry texture. Now here is where we start building the flavor base. Heat your wok or a large frying pan over low heat. Add a teaspoon of butter and a teaspoon of lard. Grate a clove of garlic and a teaspoon of fresh ginger straight into the pan, then add the sliced onion. Let everything cook gently for about 3 minutes. Using both butter and lard together is another deliberate choice. The butter brings dairy richness while the lard provides clean depth and a higher smoke point for when we crank the heat up later. Increase the heat to medium and push the onion and aromatics to one side. Lay the chicken pieces in the pan, skin side down if your pieces have skin. Let them sit undisturbed until the bottom turns golden and slightly crispy, then flip and sear the other side. Once the chicken is seared all over, turn up the heat to medium-high and add the cabbage, bell pepper, shiitake mushrooms and carrot. Right away, flavor everything with a teaspoon of dashi granules, a teaspoon of mirin, half teaspoon of oyster sauce and a quarter teaspoon of sugar. Stir fry until the vegetables are just tender but still have a bit of bite to them. You want the tender crisp texture where they are cooked through but not limp. Now slide 2 portions of pre-cooked udon noodles into the pan. You've got a few choices for udon. Fresh, frozen or dried. I personally recommend fresh or frozen noodles. Fresh udon can even be made at home quite easily if you're interested. Frozen and dried are both convenient, but in terms of texture, frozen noodles win by far and they cook faster too. If you can find them, go for frozen. I hardly ever use dried ones in my kitchen. Whatever type you use, just slightly undercook them compared to the package directions because they will finish cooking in the pan. Blast the heat to high and toss everything together for about a minute. You want each strand glistening with the sauce and picking up those flavorful bits from the bottom of the pan. Here's one of my favorite techniques. Tilt the pan slightly and pour half a tablespoon of Japanese soy sauce around the edge of the pan, not directly onto the food. You will hear it sizzle the moment it hits the hot metal. Turn off the heat, drop in half a tablespoon of cold butter and a quarter teaspoon of balsamic vinegar. Give everything a few good tosses to coat. Now, balsamic vinegar is not a traditional yaki udon ingredient, but after testing various alternatives, it turned out to be the best option for my recipe. The acetic acid brightens the entire dish by cutting through the rich fatty components, and its natural sweetness complements the umami elements without overpowering anything. This is a good moment to taste and adjust. If you want a bit more salt, add a small splash of soy sauce. If you want more tang, add a tiny drop of vinegar. Trust your palate here and make it your own. Transfer to serving plates. Crack some fresh black pepper over the top. Scatter toasted white sesame seeds. Lay some kizami nori. And if you like a bit of heat, finish with a drizzle of chili oil. This chicken yaki udon is everything a weeknight dinner should be. Juicy chicken, vegetable with just the right amount of crunch, and thick udon noodles wrapped in a buttery garlic soy sauce that fills the whole kitchen with the most incredible aroma. Want even more delicious recipes? Grab my free cookbook from the link in the description. That's a wrap. You can find a full printable version of this recipe on my website linked right here on the screen. He has all the extra details to help you get it perfect every time. If you enjoyed this, check out my quick recipe playlist. And next week I'm making homemade dashi packet. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. See you then.